Hello
This
everyone, good morning.
conference will now be recorded.
So today we will see how do we create the login in Salesforce, yeah, and we'll see some basic initial screens which will help us to build the applications and learn the concept from the next session. Okay, who would like to share the screen? Who doesn't have access to Salesforce till date? Can someone share the screen? Shweta, you speaking?
No, Ram.
Okay, would you mind sharing the screen?
No, I don't have laptop yet.
Okay, how about Arun, Sandeep? Arun, I'll give it to you. Right. You can share it now, Arun. So the first thing that we are going to do is we'll go to a URL called developer.salesforce.com. Okay. So this is the place where we can get the access to the I think they forgot to start. This is the place where you can get the recording. Sorry, the trial versions of Salesforce. Here on the right top corner, you have browse trails. Can you click on it? Earlier, like around 3 4 months back, so Salesforce used to give the sign up option here itself, but now first of all you have to do a browse trail. Okay, how about now? Make any changes? It's okay. So click on browse trails.
Browser.
Right top
Okay.
corner, browse trails.
Mm.
And click on it.
Yes.
Now if you scroll down. See on the left side you have sign up for the developer edition. Scroll up, scroll up. This one. There is a place where
Yeah.
we can do a
Shall
sign
I
up.
click on it?
Yeah. Yeah, click on it.
Yes.
Now you start giving your access, sorry, your details, first name, last name, your email ID with which you want to register.
What we have to select? Developer.
You can choose any role for that matter. It basically picks your role, that's it. But whatever the role that you are choosing, it will show you the same. So pick whatever the role that you are aspiring for,
Mm.
and you can give any company name. But why is it asking for company? Because when you're creating this edition, right, this developer edition, it is creating an org for you, and it will basically define a role hierarchy as well based on your company. Okay. It's not a sandbox, by the way. It's a production environment. So just say Accenture.com. That should be enough. So it'll take some time to process, right? And then it will send an email to your email ID once the processing is done.
Yeah. Then, yeah.
Okay, scroll up. I think there is some issue. Wait, wait, wait. Scroll up. You will have some error.
Complete the form to start your free day. Or user being active. Okay.
Yeah. So the
Username.
username is already there. Um, so just give something else. I mean, someone might have used the same name. Just say Arun Kumar 123, something like that. It still says most of the times if you give with your surname, right, it won't be repeated. It won't be a repeated username.
Fill that one. Shall I use my mail here?
Yeah, anything is fine. You can directly use yeah.
So,
Uh, No, that email that you are giving, right, it should be a working mail ID. I mean, it should be a mail ID which is working properly.
okay, that mail
So
is working.
okay, so this username is throwing error because it is not unique. That's the only reason.
Okay.
Can you give your email ID here instead of giving Accenture.com? Directly copy your email ID. It might work.
Okay. So, the book now we have. Good.
Others, if you want to try, please do try yourself.
And
Yeah. So now, if we wait for a minute, it will send an email to your Gmail with which you have registered. Okay. Now, basically, what you did, we have created a org in Salesforce. See, it is more or less similar to your Facebook registration or LinkedIn registration, but generally, once you register with Facebook or LinkedIn, what you'll do, you'll post your pictures, connect with your friends, chat with your friends, all this, right? But in this case, what are we gonna do is we have created a org in Salesforce. What is the difference, Ram? Um, the difference is that in Facebook or LinkedIn, so max to max you can connect with the people, right? But you cannot build anything, correct? But when it comes to say Salesforce, so once the org is built, we can even build some applications, and of course, in the same org, we will create some users also. Okay, we can ask people to log in apart from your login. So that's the difference. But can we do that in the other social networking websites? No, not possible. Okay. Now, Ram, to what extent I can practice in this org? Almost all the features, at least 90% of the features that are available in your paid versions, right, that you are going to utilize in your organizations going forward, wherever you join. Uh, the same thing will be there even in your free editions also. But here there are few limitations. For example, the total amount of data is maximum of 5 MB is what you can store, right? When it comes to your paid version, it depends on the amounts that you are paying to Salesforce. They'll give you data space. But Ram, is this 5 MB of data is enough for us to learn? Yes, it is more and more than enough. And we have a limitation of creating users also. We cannot create more than one extra user here apart from you.
Mr. Ram, is the account same for admin and developer?
Yes, it is. Only see there it is just asking you what is the role that you're aspiring for, but it's the same version that they are giving. Even if you give there as an architect, it will be same. End of the day, they are giving us a developer version. Whether you choose admin, BA, developer, or even an architect, it doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
We can do it easy.
Right? Now, once you have completed resetting your password,
Yes.
uh, next time if you want to log in, this is the screen that you'll go with. But next time once you want to log in, you have to always use login.salesforce.com. Okay, please do remember it's login.salesforce.com. From there you can log. Sorry, if you're not speaking, please go on mute. Yeah. So next
Oh,
time you will login.salesforce.com. Now, once you access the system, so this is what you will see. Why you are going with the setup screen? Because you are the admin, right? How come even if you might have chosen development, you will be shown this? But ideally, every org will have an org admin. Who is an admin? Admin who is having an ultimate powers to do anything and everything. And whether you are a developer or whether you have chosen an admin or a business analyst or an architect, you will be the org admin itself, right? And he is the person who can do a development also. So we'll see how to do the development later. Now, today we'll see how does it look for an end user. Okay, let's say I am not an admin. I want to even see how this application, I mean, how this system works for me as an end user. Then, so for an end user, so why an end user access Salesforce? To utilize the applications that are available in the system. Now, To utilize the application, first of all, I should be able to access the application, right? To see the applications or to access the applications, you should click on the 9 dots on the left top corner. We call it as app launcher. So click on it and say view all. Scroll down and say view all. There you have a view all option. Yeah. So this is the place where you will see the list of all the applications that are available to you in your organization. So I'm stressing again, you can see the list of all the apps that are available to you in your organization. So why you are repeating this? Because your org might have 100 applications, but if your admin have decided that okay, Sridhar can access only 2 applications, then only 2 apps will be visible to you here. But how come Arun is able to access this many? Because he is the admin. So you cannot restrict the admin, an org admin. Okay. Now, these are all the list of apps that are given by default by Salesforce. As we discussed in the previous session, like if you want to utilize, you can make use of them. If not, we can ignore. Okay. So in this, we'll go with a simple one, which is sales. Okay, generally I go with sales most of the time because it is easy to understand, and initially this is what we are expecting as well, right? Click on sales. Now this is how your application looks. Okay, now so sales is the app name, and then next one is home. Home is the landing tab. So basically you will have multiple tabs here: home, opportunities, leads, tasks, all this, right? These are called as tabs. And home is always a landing tab for any of your applications. In this you can design, for example, if you see, it is showing some reports, right? Quarterly performance, today's events, today's tasks and all, which are zeros of course for others. But yeah, if you start creating some records, these records also will change. Okay. Can we design this according to our requirement? Yes. So as discussed, Salesforce allows to customize any of these screens as well. How do we design? We'll see later. Okay. Any questions till now? Anyone? Okay. Now, why do we need to access this application? To see whether the sorry to make sure we are processing our data. So what kind of data are we going to process? Again, there is different amount different tabs, right? Every tab will hold different set of data. For example, yesterday we discussed, right, like about having this what is it? Sales application. So what is the first step of sales? Anyone?
Marketing.
So when you say marketing, so you have to invest something even in marketing as well, right? So basically, for example, even if you give a small paper ad, or even if you want to distribute some pamphlets, or even it's a web marketing, everywhere you have to pay something to someone, right? Of course, it's an investment, right? And in Salesforce, or not just in Salesforce, any business, even if you are investing a single penny on the product, you have to capture it somewhere, right? So to capture this marketing details, we have an object called campaigns. Can you hit the tab called campaigns? So this is the place where we can capture the details of our marketing. Now create a new campaign, click on new button. You have a new button there. Let's say you're doing a roadshow. So how I mean, is that active or not? So active. What is the type? You can just set it up as a webinar, not a webinar, trade show. Select a trade show. I mean, I'm just randomly picking up. You can pick anything that you want. I just need the name, the mandatory fields here. That is name of the campaign, and to make it active. That's the only thing that I'm looking for. Rest all the fields that are given by Salesforce itself. What is the status of it? When do you want to start? When do you want to end? And how much response that you are expecting, right? And what is the budget that you are allocating generally for any in any organization, right? Like especially bigger organizations. So at the start of the year itself they'll say that okay, this year we are going to invest let's say 10 lakhs for marketing, right? Or in that first quarter I'll give maybe 2 lakhs. Now once you're doing it, you may or may not go with the same 2 lakhs, right? Like when you invest when you start utilizing that budget, sometimes it might go up or it might go down also. That is where it is asking you for what is the budget cost and what is the actual cost that you have invested in the campaign. And let's say if you have sent an email, then how much is the response that you are expecting from that email response expected from that particular campaign. All these things can be captured. Okay, you don't have to go in depth, just save it. See, once you save, this is how a record looks. Now Ram, I'm not able to understand what it is. So here you have two sub tabs. One is related and the other one is details. So in the related, it will show me all the child records that are associated with this campaign. Okay. Now, if I speak about this child record, you will get little confused because we have created this record for the first time. So I don't even understand what it is, right? So let's leave it. I'll discuss on some other object where it will be more easier. Now click on the next tab, which is details. This is where you'll see the details of your campaign, all the details that you have filled in, right? And but there are some fields on the right side which are zeros, right? So what are these zeros? We'll see now. Now, after this campaigns, what will happen? You will get inquiries, right? We'll get the inquiries. So how do you capture the inquiries? To we call them as leads in Salesforce. Okay, so go to leads. This is the place where capture all the inquiry details. For example, let's say you have run a campaign for a car. Okay, like it's a brand new car, no one invested, no one uh, is aware of it. So you did the marketing, things are done, so people started coming for it for an inquiry. Now let's say you got Sridhar, maybe from Accenture, where he is looking for a let's say around 100 cars to work as Accenture cab service, right? Within Accenture they want to do a cab service for their employees. For that, they want 100 cars. Otherwise, they have asked Sridhar to look into some of them, and Sridhar came to you as an example. I mean, came to you to know about the product. Now, Sridhar is your inquiry, right? He is a lead. So, we should start capturing his information. Now, where you'll do it in lead. So, create a new record. Now, give last name as Sridhar. Company name is Accenture. And there is one more field which is important here. If you scroll down, status, lead status. So every lead will have four statuses: open, not contacted, which is the first status of any lead, right? Then if you assign it to some salesman, he'll start working on it. So that's where it says working contacted. And then post giving information, either Sridhar might be interested in buying the product from your organization, or he might say that he is not interested. So if he is interested, you will call it as closed converted. If not, it is closed not converted. Okay, so we'll see that now, one after the other. Leave it as open not contacted and hit save. Now, every record that you have created, it is creating some subtabs, right? So first again, go to details. So these are the fields that you have captured. Now there is one field which says owner, right? Lead owner. And if you scroll down, you'll see two more fields, that is class last modified by and created by also. Right? Last modified by and created by are for auditing. So that will tell you who created, who modified it. But if you scroll up, there is another field called owner. What is this? Owner is the person who is dependent on this, who is completely taking care of the ownership of this record, or he is the person who will be working on it. In our case, it will be a salesman, right? He is the person who is completely responsible for this. Okay. Now, so once Sridhar came, now I have asked Arun to start working on it. So he is my sales engineer in my organization. So what he'll do? First thing that he'll do is he'll connect with Sridhar, fill all the other information like his mobile, email, etc., etc. And at the same time, he will ask him, "Okay, Sridhar, how do you got to know about my company as well?" Right? So that's where Sridhar will say that, "Okay, yeah, I have seen your road show." Then what Arun will do is on the right side, you have campaign history, right? With a small down arrow mark. Click on that. Add to campaign. Because you might be doing multiple campaigns, right? From which campaign you got this lead, you have to capture it in the system so that it will be helpful to generate the reports in future. Click on next. Save it. Okay. Now, so on the top you have the status bar as well, right? So here two cases. So scroll up, scroll up. The status bar is showing, right, the breadcrumb. So here you have two cases. Once you start working on it, of course Sridhar will ask you multiple informations, right? So for example, Sridhar is asking for some engine details, okay, for which uh, actually Arun is not aware of it. Let's say as a sales engineer, he has captured whatever the information he knows, but the thing is, Sridhar is asking for more and more details, which actually Arun is not aware. So what he'll do, he will say that, "Okay, Sridhar, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let me talk to my technical team," right? But Arun might be working with such customers, at least 10 customers a day. So how can he remember all this every day? Not possible, right? For that, on the left side, you have something called activity. Next to before details, you have something called activity. Click on it. So this is the place where he can create the task. He can create a task saying that get the engine details from the technical team, and he can even set some date also. Click on new task. So he can create a task for himself so that system will remind him. Let's say I told Sridhar that okay, I'll be giving you the details maybe by 24th of this month. Now I will say that I'll give I mean, when I'm creating, I'll give a due date of 1 day prayer so that 1 day prayer I can get a reminder when I log into Salesforce saying that you have a task to complete, so that I can either complete it, or if I forgot, so I can do that activity as early as possible. Then let's say I got the details. Now what should I do? I can either call him or send him an email. So if I click on log a call, it will ask me to fill in the details. Let's say when I called him, I might be giving the details. During that time, I might have some conversation. If I really want to capture that information, I can say log a call, and then I can capture whatever happened in that conversation as well in the comments. Okay, close these two. Now let's say I have called him, and now Sridhar said, no, Arun, you come to my office, or let's meet in some place where my teammates also will come. I want you to give a small presentation. For that, you'll go with new event. Event is a place where you capture the details of a meeting. Okay, click on new event. So what happened in that meeting, what presentation you have given, all this you can capture. Okay. Or if Sridhar asks me, no, just send an email, that should be enough with all the details. I'll click on email, where you can send an email right from Salesforce itself. You don't have to log into your mail ID also. Okay, why? Because you have already given your email, right? A registered mail ID and all. So it will be captured here. And of course, if you see there, you can even do a attachment. You can attach the documents as well at the bottom, right? So these are the different activities that you can perform when you are working with a particular record. I'm not saying when you're working on a lead, you can work with any record in the system. It could be custom record, I mean, it could be the object
Oh,
that you are going to create, or it could be the standard objects that are available in Salesforce. In any of these objects, this activity is common. Okay. Now let us say suppose this Sridhar says, yes, yeah, I'm interested to buy your product. Then you will say this record as converted. Select converted and mark status as completed. Now, so when I say the person is ready to buy, then he is not my inquiry anymore, right? He or she will be my customer going forward, right? When I say he is my customer, so I have to capture his information in some other
Is it delete
ways.
అర్థం కాలేదు.
Sorry.
One unavailable video
I'm sorry. Okay. So when I say that I want to convert a inquiry into customer, Salesforce will ask me to capture, or instead of me copying the information and pasting it in some other object, so we can convert this lead directly to a customer. How? By defining three different objects, or three different records in three different objects. Now what is going to happen is Salesforce is trying to delete the record that is available in your system on the lead object, and it will create the records in three other objects, that is account, contact, and my opportunity. Account is nothing but the customer information, but if you see there, it is showing, it is asking me, or it is showing me Accenture. Why? Because Sridhar is not going to pay me, right? So Sridhar is just a point of contact from account object, sorry, from Accenture, right? Now who is going to pay me? Accenture. So Accenture is my customer. Yeah. Then in the contact, Sridhar details will be there. And what is opportunity? Opportunity is nothing but a place where we'll capture the information of our uh, deal. that we are going to make with Accenture, right? Now hit convert. See, it has created one account, one contact, and opportunity. Now click on Accenture, which is contact. Sorry, not contact. Account. By the way, your lead record got deleted at the back end, right? Now, if you see the related, it will be little more easier to understand. See, in Accenture, so let's say this deal is closed. Okay, you bought the product, things are good. Now, after a month, they want to buy 50 more cars, and you have given a tremendous service. So, will they come to you again? Obviously, yes, right? They're happy with your service, but it's not in the place. Let's say Sridhar is from Hyderabad. Now, this requirement is from, let's say, Bangalore. Then, will Sridhar be the point of contact again? No. So Shweta will be the point of contact, right? But that time you don't have to create again a lead and all. So I already have I'm doing a business with Accenture, right? Accenture is my account already. Now I will capture Shweta's record under Accenture as a contact again. That's it. And I'll start conversations about the opportunity. So which means under one account I can have any number of contacts. So Sridhar is a point of was a point of contact for my previous deal. Going forward for my new deal, Shweta will be the point of contact. That's how it works. Okay, which means under one account or under a company, as you have multiple people, so here that company, that account will have multiple contacts as well. So now you understand what is this related. So you will see all the child records which are associated with the parent. Now in that case, Ram, why Accenture is showing me multiple opportunities also if I scroll down? Because you will have multiple deals with the same organization. There is a high possibility that the same customer might buy multiple products also, right? For that, we can capture multiple opportunities as well. Okay. Now hit the opportunity, because other places it's very simple, but when you click on opportunity, this is where there's a money making object in Salesforce, right? There's a place where we'll capture the transaction details, all this. So we'll get to know about this. Click on Accenture under opportunity. Yeah, click on Accenture. Now, see, when you speak about opportunity, doesn't mean that you have sold the product. Again, it will have multiple stages, right? Again, you will have activities. And if you go to details, you will have multiple details about the product, all this. Right? As of now, as it is already defined by Salesforce from long back, so they have utilized a product called what is it? Generators. Okay, so we can customize it to our own product also. Now, how do we add the products? On the right side, you have products as zero, right? With a dollar amount, because under one opportunity I can buy multiple products, right? But if you click on that, you can say add a product. First of all, click on details. I'll show you something before we go there. Details tab under next to activity here on the left side, my left is your left. So it says amount as zero, right? Amount as blank, right? Either you can fill in the amount, or scroll up. You If you add to a product, it will be automatically filled. On the top, click on add a product. On the right top corner, you have products as zero, right? Right side, your right side, related list. Yeah. Click on that drop down, click on add products. When I say add a product, yeah, click on it. So it'll ask me to choose the products, select some product. You can choose any number of products, okay, and say next. Now it is asking for quantity. Let's say I want maybe 10 generators. Consider, just give 10 and save. So you didn't define anything on the amount, but if you see there properly, the amount got displayed automatically. That is based on the products that you have added. And if you see here, expected revenue is just 10% of that amount. It is not full amount, right? Now, what is the difference? So that is based on the status of this opportunity. The moment the opportunity status going forward, let us say choose some status, scroll up on the status bar, choose some scroll up, scroll up. Let's say value proposition. Select value proposition or anything, decision making, anything, and say mark it as a current stage on the right side. See, amount got increased, the expected revenue got increased. Earlier it was 1 lakh or something, now it is 6 lakhs, right? So based on the status of the opportunity, it will keep on increase. The amount of revenue, so expected revenue will increase. It basically showing you the probability of winning that deal. The more closer to your final stage, the more probability you have to get this opportunity closed, right? Now, uh, let's say the if I'm buying the product for sure, like if once I bought the product, then after transition now, so you will say this opportunity has closed one. Select closed, market. So when I say closed again in the last minute also I might cancel the deal, right? So that's where you will have two options, closed one and closed lost. Now change it to closed one and save. See, opportunities closed one, all sorted. Now go to your campaigns once, the campaign record that you have created earlier. Open this record, details, scroll up, go to details. So you didn't filled anything on the field that are there on the right side, but if you see now, everything got populated here, right? It says you have one lead, one opportunity, one contact, one account, and this is the opportunity that you have won. Total amount. All these are coming. How? Because there is a relation behind the system and there are some automation rules that are running at the back end which is calculating these values and showing up here. Now by looking at this campaign as a business user, I can understand, okay, and creating this campaign is worthy because it is generating some revenue. Now let's say I have created a campaign, but no one, I mean, there is no inquiry coming for that from using that campaign. Then there is no point in doing it, right? I don't have to invest it again on the same area, right? I'll pick something else. So that is how I can calculate as well, right? Now, Ram, all this is fine. So you have shown me something which is already there in system, but we understood a bit, but not completely. Do we really need to do this every day? No. Then why did we do this? So today we have seen the system as a end user. Okay. Now you might have seen that okay, there is a lot of process defined at the backend. Too many objects are defined. Too many UIs are there. There are some validations also which says required fields, all this, right? Now How do we define our own? Because you came here to become a developer or to become an admin, right? So how do we define this system? Can we also define something similar to this, or maybe in a different with a different use case? Yes, we can. But for that, first of all, we should know what are the features that are available in Salesforce. Okay, so that is what we are going to learn from tomorrow. So there are two ways here. So if you go to the backend, you can see the relations and all. But if you see it now, you won't be able to understand, because you should know what are those features first. So from tomorrow, we will start working on some application, right? We'll bring some uh, application from the market, like let's say um we can pick something like Paytm, or maybe Redbus is using Salesforce itself, Citibank is using Salesforce itself. We'll pick something, or we can build an application with the same consultancy also, and then we will start discussing about each and every feature right from scratch, and we'll see if how does that feature fits into this application, so that by end of the day you will have a real-time application in your own Salesforce orgs. Okay, and from tomorrow I want everyone to join the sessions on this laptop, so that you can also share your screens, right? Because most of the times it'll be you who is going to prepare or build the application, not on my screen, so that it will be useful for you. Okay, any questions so far, anyone?
Mr. Ram, what do we call these things on the top, like home opportunities leads?
Those are tabs we discussed, right?
Okay. So
We
in apps we have records, right?
Yes, so that I'll give you more details on it tomorrow. Like I'll compare with some Excel sheet. Will because see, if you remember in the demo, I said like admin. If you are aware of Excel, then admin will be easy, right? So I will pick an Excel first. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you how does this work in Excel. Then we'll compare with Salesforce. Then it will be easy to remember. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, anyone? Okay then. See you tomorrow. Bye everyone.